Good morning.
Great morning.
Sorry?
Great morning.
It's great?
Yeah, I can't do Tony the Tiger.
Can't do it either. Why don't you like my phone?
These are icons are not where I would have icons. But there seems to be disorganization going on. I need to clean them up.
They're sort of organized the way I like them.
Oh no.
Surprised! Oh, I just turned my music off all the way. Although, you guys can hear what we were listening to. No, we won't make you listen to that. Well, look at all the snow. I had to listen to Christmas music.
The song's been stuck in my head.
That song's gonna be stuck in your head. Yeah, Jess is here. Surprise. You guys get surprised before everybody else does.
Hey, I got a surprise too.
What was your surprise?
Hey, you wanna come with? Okay.
So I talk about the disaster going on in the lower mainland and into the mountains on the regular videos, but basically we are on a 211-mile detour, which forced me to go through Penticton. That's a wide load we're hearing on the radio is ahead of us quite a bit.
Yeah.
So we're talking about that wide load. So we got to be about 10 minutes ahead of us. Radio's catching up their conversation sometimes. Cool. Anyway, yeah. This load was supposed to go from Oregon, Silverton, Oregon, all the way up to Terrace, British Columbia. But Highway 1 got closed, Highway 7 got closed, Highway 99 is closed, Highway 5 is closed, Highway 3 is closed. There's more closures. But basically there is zero way to get from the lower mainland to the rest of BC. And my load was supposed to go straight up I-5, cross in Abbotsford, and then head north on Highway 1. Simple, easy, just keep heading north. But everything's closed. People have died in landslides and mudslides. There's towns completely wiped out by floods. Merritt, Princeton, Sumas, Abbotsford, Chilliwack. There's flooding like crazy everywhere. There's bridges washed out. There's highways just gone, completely washed away where they're. So yeah, people. Thousands of farms, cattle and chicken and pig farms that probably have lost everything. The Lake of Sumas has returned. Not quite all the way yet. Pumping stations are going like crazy. Apparently 300 people came overnight and bagged and made a dike around the pumping station. So the pumping station is still going, and so the lake is still being pumped out. Basically, the Sumas Prairie area used to all be a lake. And they're pumping out 4 pumping stations, and if one of those pumping stations fails, the lake comes back. So there's a lot of disasters going on right now. So because of that, we had a detour 211 miles. But on the bright side, we went through Penticton, and I called Jess. I'm like, hey, you want to ride? I'm running in Canada. She can come with. Woohoo!
It didn't even occur to me when I called you to tell you about the road closures. Like, I knew you were coming through Penticton by that rate. I didn't even think about it.
Whitsett. Welcome to Whitsett. Yeah, it took me a while too. I'm like, okay, we're going to take that detour an hour or so later. I'm like, wait a minute, I'm going through Penticton. Let's call Jess. So, what will you need? So we're currently on Highway 16 westbound, going through, what did I say? On Highway of Tears. Girls don't hitchhike on Highway 16 because they go missing. And because they're Native American, nobody really cares. Some beautiful rapid waterfalls in here. Well, that's the whole topic. We've talked about Highway of Tears before. In fact, I think one of the YouTube videos I titled Highway of Tears. Definitely taking themselves for a walk. Got a lot of snow over here. We've been driving through, although there are some snowflakes coming down right now. It's 0 degrees here. It was -7 today morning, and the video I shot a little bit ago earlier, we're driving a lot more snow on the trees and stuff. But
well, the thing is, +3 already in there, so we're going into
it's
rain.
gonna get warmer and warmer that way. I think my heat is stuck on heat again. I've turned it quite a bit cooler and we're not cooling off. Get too warm, I'll have to crack the window.
Talking about all those highway closures.
Yep.
Well, this highway was closed overnight too.
Yeah, this highway was closed overnight, so I couldn't have continued last night. Everything's just closed. BC's closed for business right now.
I mean, all those people on the radio asking, I had no clue yesterday.
Yeah, we were driving through Kamloops and up towards Cache Creek, and people are like, so someone says Coquihall's closed. What detour do I take? You don't. We're closed. There is no detour. Well, how do I get to Vancouver? You don't. There's a reason why there's thousands of trucks parked all over Kamloops and Cache Creek, and it's just big rigs just parked everywhere. They're all wanting to get to Vancouver. Sutco has 2 trucks that are stuck on Highway 7 because before Highway 1 closed, and then they made Highway 7 the detour, and then all of a sudden Highway 7 had massive landslides. So we got 2 trucks that are stuck on Highway 7.
And we're part of when the lane is open, but it's only for emergency vehicles. Get them to clean that.
So they're getting emergency vehicles through on Highway 7.
Part of it. I'm not sure the whole way, but at least part of it.
They're working on cleaning it up.
Yeah.
The flooding has, the rivers have reduced in, Fraser River's got 2 feet down.
2 meters.
2 meters down. So
Yeah, quite
the
a
flood
bit.
level has gone way down, so we're optimistic that it's going to get better. For me, today is Wednesday, so by the time you guys are listening to this video, maybe we're in recovery mode. But they're saying that there may be no way into the Lower Mainland till after this weekend, so they've got engineers on sites. But the Coquihalla and Highway 1, they're just gone. There's sections of highway that are just gone, just completely washed out. So that Coquihalla might be weeks, maybe months, but Highway 1's going to be many months.
I think today will be the first full day that they can actually have teams on the ground and should start.
Floodwater's coming down lower, they'll be able to do more investigation and see if they can start bringing in fill and fill out the washed out areas. At least make a temporary fix and just fill with gravel and go some slow construction speeds. Well, the tow truck's got a big rig on the back.
Because, I mean, we can get supplies from the prairies, but...
Yeah, our stores are wiped out. People have gone and panic bought. Yeah, people have gone out. Like, there's pictures of stores in our hometown, Penticton, that the shelves are just wiped out, so we may struggle buying groceries because people have panic purchased just everything.
And there's certain companies that we know that are already closing because they can't get milk. Like, there's so many
Coffee
supplies.
shops and stuff like that. There'll probably be restaurants that have very limited menus.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think our fuel comes from Kamloops, so we should be all right there. But I think the fuel in Kamloops comes from the coast, so it's just a matter of time before they run out over there. So fuel prices are going to jump up. It's going to be an all-out disaster.
Yeah.
Many people's houses are just going to be missing and just floated away. The houses that are still there will have so much damage that they're right off. They'll have to tear them down.
Yeah, the mold would be crazy.
Because all the sewer pumps stopped working, so you got sewage floating around all of Merritt and Princeton. And
I don't know if Princeton had a blue square field. They had built it away enough, I think they were safe.
so Merritt's for sure in trouble.
Yeah, I don't know why
The whole town of Merritt's. The whole lower part of town. The upper part of town will be fine.
Yeah. I question why Merritt built it where they built it to begin with. And then there's flooding. Karamus and Henley.
Yep,
all of that
Karamus, the
river.
Red Bridge, water was right to the red bottom of the bridge, and there were little communities along the river. There's houses that are just underwater, so yeah, the whole Smilgameen Valley was in trouble for flooding, and the Fraser is in trouble for flooding, and yeah, Sumas in trouble for just flooding everywhere.
It's just like, it wasn't just one area, it was just hours and hours of driving.
Yeah, it hit a huge, almost like the damage you'd see from a hurricane. Kind of has that kind of damage feel.
Yeah.
And the reason that it happened was we had this big snowstorm last week, right? Had this big snowstorm, dumped a lot of snow on the mountains. That was fine. Here came our second snowstorm, and the snowstorm turned out not to be a snowstorm. It became a rainstorm. It warmed up. And all that rain came down. The river system can handle one of the storms, but now all that rain is instantly melting all that fresh snow on the top. So we had like an instant melt of two huge storms. And none of the river systems and creek systems can handle that.
Yeah. Well, Hope got just shy of 9 inches of rain. I can't imagine that much rain. Like, some people said in Japan for 2 days straight, you couldn't get out without being soaked.
It's just downpour. And then with all the rain and the snow mixed coming down river, the rivers are all flooding out. Everything is oversaturated.
Yeah. And then the storm moved farther south into the U.S., and then all the water came.
The U.S. rivers flow into the Fraser as well, right? So you got water coming up from the U.S. So yeah, it's just an absolute disaster. Hence why I'm on a 211-mile detour, and that's also why Jess is with. So you have the disaster to thank for some silver lining.
Thankfully, I can look up our weather conditions and stuff on the road and keep an eye on that.
We're definitely running behind schedule. We were supposed to unload this, and they had a load lined up for us that we will not get to load today. So Apparently we're going to try loading that load tomorrow morning.
Yeah, we saw a lot of cars and semis in the ditch.
Yeah,
Maybe it was
between
sketchy.
Prince George and...
There was someone that was south of Prince George.
Oh yeah, but yeah, there were cars. Yeah, that's true. So, but between Prince George and Burns Lake, there was a lot of stuff in the ditch. Upside down cars and pickups and big rig. And then south of Prince George, well, it was really south of Quesnel.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, more between Williams Lake and Clinton. Williams
Yeah.
Lake to Clinton, there was a lot of upside down cars in the ditch there too. So we had a lot of black ice slow driving yesterday. And today morning there was quite a bit of slow driving too because of black ice, but here we're pretty good.
And I said 2 moose.
And we saw 2 moose.
I love moose, so I'm
Mama
excited.
and a teenage calf. Yep, saw 2 moose.
Very close, too.
Right in the ditch on the other side of the road. It's like, moose! Don't get to see them very often. Unfortunately, I wasn't recording.
And I was like,
Oh, this is weird. We're out of the snow here. They said it was going to get warmer this way, and it was raining this way, so... Huh. Interesting. And all the trees are naked. Imagine coming through here a month ago with all the trees golden.
yeah, yep.
So, yeah, it's been an exciting few days. Also, I've damaged my load. Not so exciting. Just the bottom inch of the... I have utility trailers on the back, and the way I put the dunnage down, the bottom skirt is an aluminum skirt on that utility trailer, and the dunnage worked fine at first, but I guess I didn't account for the fact that the trailer is going to sway back and forth in the high winds that we were going through. Some of the bumpy roads, the trailer sways back and forth, and it's kind of crunched that skirt, the bottom inches crunched a little bit. It looks like it'll be easy enough to hammer out. Just put a 2x4 behind it and a rubber mallet on the front and hammer it out. But nonetheless, I've damaged the product, so I'll take pictures of that and send it in to the boss. Unfortunately, it didn't happen to any of the other trailers because we took the wheels off those trailers. Those trailers are solid. This one is a smaller trailer, so we left the wheels on it. I think in the future, I'm just going to ask them to take all the wheels off.
Yeah.
That way, the trailer sits solid on the trailer deck, and I don't need to build up the dunnage either. The dunnage on the other trailer is just one piece of dunnage. On the smaller trailer, I had to build the dunnage up quite high because if the trailer is facing down, the back comes up too high, and I'm way over height. I'm over height now, but my permit that I have covers my over height. Any higher than that, I probably need a guide vehicle, like a escort. What do you call them?
Pilot car?
Pilot cars. There we go.
I was thinking you were going to get the word. I'm looking at all the little ice sheets.
Yeah, there's little icebergs floating along the river here. Yeah, it's warm enough here and the roads are dry enough. I'm actually using cruise control. Yesterday evening, all evening, and most of today morning, I had the power divider lock on and no cruise control and no engine brakes. Hungry. We'll get there at 12, 11. I definitely want to. We have to stop for a load secure anyway. I'll throw some burners in when we stop for a load secure.
Like, after that, we don't have much of a hurry.
Yeah, once we're unloaded, we can take our lunch breaks and supper breaks and stuff like that. We're still going to be in a fairly early. We're going to be close to not even make it there tonight, so we don't want to dilly dally, but we can take our breaks.
Yeah.
Because it's probably another 7 hours or so on the way back.
Oh yeah. So.
So
We're
going to be very tight to even make it back
we
to
won't.
tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think that's why she did some math. It's at 8:30. Can I figure it out?
Yeah. So we definitely, while I'm driving, we don't want to dilly dally and waste time, but we can take our full breaks off duty if we want, where we want, when we want, how we want.
It's definitely a long ways back to deliver. It's gonna be a long run again.
Yeah, turning into rain. Turning into rain.
We'll have to figure out your straps too.
Well, if it's gonna thaw out over here, we might have to worry about it.
But we're going back to where it's gonna be frozen.
Yeah, maybe we'll take the extra straps and throw them in the tote and leave them in the truck tonight.
Yeah.
They'll be thawed out overnight.
Like this, we're going back to the
Because
cold.
all the straps are soaking wet in Oregon, so they'll be frozen solid terms of ice right now.
And like we had like -7 overnight, so
Yeah, -7
we're
overnight.
going back towards that. So that is beautiful.
That is beautiful. Look at that mountain.
If I mess this up, I don't get the photo. Should I see it?
Gorgeous.
I don't know if I can-
Beautiful mountain hidden in the clouds there. It's +2 degrees Celsius now.
Yeah, I think I captured it.
Yeah, it's impossible to capture how beautiful that thing is on video or camera. Oh, the rain's slowing down again. A lot of trees up north here. Highway 16 is trees.
Yeah, pretty much.
If you ever run Highway 16, I hope you like trees.
And that continues like all the way to the Yukon.
Yeah, so if you ever want to do a vacation, be ready for a lot of trees. So yeah, the 3 utility trailers on the back are really light. So we don't have a heavy load, but it's over height. 4.26 meters tall. Basically 14 feet. We're allowed to be 4.15. So we're 11 centimeters over height. But I got a permit that allows me to go to 4.3. So we're 4 centimeters below my permit. Sure makes you nervous going some underpasses. The closest one is it was south of Seattle, and the bridge says 14 feet. I'm like, but I'm 14 feet. That's 14 feet? Okay, let's go for it. Nope. No parts flew off the back. None of the vents off the top of the trailer. Good, I measured correctly. I actually over-guessed it. I think we're actually shorter than 14 feet, but I kind of estimated a little bit higher. It was kind of hard to measure exactly, right? So I'm like, okay, that vent looks like it's this many inches. Let's put it all together. Okay, let's add an inch to it. So I might be actually like an inch lower than I think my numbers are, but I'd rather be safe than sorry. Then I punched 14 feet into the GPS, and it won't route me on a road that has overpasses lower than 14 feet. Does that mean it's perfect? No. No, the GPS, I can't trust it. I'm still looking at every single overpass, every sign. It's okay, that says 5 this, 4 that, 4. It's like, yep, we're good, we're good, we're good.
The last time I was in the summer, we came up to the Amazing 10.
Yeah, the last time you were with was up here as well.
Yeah.
Because that's the only time you can come with anymore when we run away up north.
Yeah. I know, they came out and said there'd be announcements soon.
There are going to be some announcements coming soon, so we'll see. Okay, so I got to decide right now, right? Because this is where the road goes north. I have to decide if I'm fueling up now or terrace. So I say I have at least 2 hours of fuel, hour and 47 minutes to get to terrace. So we're good. I'm going to go for terrace. It'll be low. We'll probably have the light on the fuel tank come on and say we're low fuel. But we should be all right. I guess the highway that goes north is actually after New Hazelton somewhere, but yeah. Oh yeah, we delivered panels over here on the left-hand side.
Yep.
We're building a new city hall, I think,
yeah.
or... Still fenced off over here. Still under construction.
Not you better car.
Yeah, they've made progress.
I think they're almost done.
First floor, I don't know if it's only a one floor thing.
It looks like the roof was on it, so it looks like it's something like that. It curves forward. It looks like they're pretty well.
Almost done with the construction.
So Princeton's talking about the problems right now. Apparently they're losing water pressure. They're trying to find where they have holes in the system.
Oh.
But
So there have been washouts, so they're losing water pressure, which means they're just draining drinking water out into the...
And they have no fire hydrants. And they have no,
And they have no fire hydrants because they have no water pressure.
Yeah, so they have no fire protection, so...
Yikes.
And then Mr. Spotty power and heat services, and then they're running low on food. Because they have all the truckers in town buying everything.
Yeah, so all our grocery stores are low on food. And... Yeah. Yeah, with today's world of just-in-time delivery, it doesn't take much to run out of food.
Photo of them sandbagging the power pump station.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's in Sumas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just kind of reading the.
Yeah.
The Malahat. I think Malahat.
Malahat. I'm not sure exactly how they pronounce it, but that's on Vancouver Island.
Yeah, so that's me closed nightly.
That's closed too.
Nightly into Monday because I have to repair the damage caused by that.
So yeah, I didn't think of that. The island has a bunch of damage too.
Oh, yeah. And Parksville, Coquitlam Beach. Qualcomm? I don't know how to say that. Qualcomm Beach?
Coquitlam?
No, Qualcomm Beach.
Qualcomm. Oh, that's on the island.
Yeah, Parksville, all them Englishman River rose really rapidly there.
So they have a lot of damage on the island too.
Yeah. Quickly reading the their news while we had sales news.
Mission Creek. South Hazelton, which is actually straight west of New Hazel.
I think
It's not really south.
Yeah.
Maybe it's south along the river if you were, I don't know. A little bit more snow over here.
Checking out these mountains.
Yeah, the mountains are disappearing up into the clouds.
They're fresh snow, they're pretty.
What have we got going on here, car? Pulled over onto the shoulder. Back on the road. Not sure why they wouldn't use the pull-out to pull over instead. Whatever. So yeah, basically the storm and then all the road closures has put me far enough behind that I can't load today.
Imagine the whole fleet is basically going that direction. At least started off that way this week.
When I talked to our boss, he said that he's rerouted everybody to the US or to Alberta.
Yeah.
Other than the 2 trucks that are stuck on Highway 7, everybody else is headed south into.
Well, I know they were having road closure advisories at Golden and Fernie and stuff too, and Radium Hot Springs,
Yeah.
so the roads are still not the best that way. Yeah, that must be like.
Also near Revelstoke, there was road closures, so they're everywhere.
Yeah.
BC is just, yeah.
So
trouble.
imagine that was quite a thing for where we get loaded, like what's the cost? To be
Yeah,
like, last
dispatch-
minute, what do we have to send
Dispatch
out?
definitely was scrambling. I would
Yeah.
hate to have had their job the last few days.
All the
scrambling to get everybody rerouted and get loads for everybody that go in different directions where the roads are open.
And get the product. I imagine the chip trucks are in trouble too because they go to Vancouver.
Yep. Yep. In fact, they might be in trouble for a while because the chip trucks are really tight timelines. And if they cannot take the connector in Coquihalla, they can't make that run in one shift.
So even if they get Vancouver up and going, they may not be able to do that run.
That run would have to be a sleeper.
Yeah. So it's definitely going to affect a lot of trucking.
Yeah, most of the Suncoast chip trucks run the Coquihalla. A huge percentage of the Suncoast
It's like
chip
a lot
trucks
of it
run
just
the
goes to
Coquihalla.
Vancouver.
Yeah.
It's where everything goes.
Yeah, so I know about the highway division. I don't know if there's any trucks stuck on the chip division.
It sounds like what happened on Highway 7 is people drove, there was a landslide, they turned around, there was a landslide, and then the next morning there was another landslide.
So there were landslides in front of them and behind them.
People,
Yeah.
and there was some like shelters that opened up, but some people are like, no, I'm 10-kilometer walking distance. I can't get there, and I would have to go through all this landslide, and I'm not doing that.
You'd have to walk through the mud of the landslide to get to a shelter. Yeah.
So they were just stuck overnight.
Yeah, that's going to be stuck overnight in the car. It's a better call to make.
Yeah. They had a really nice Facebook group though, where they was trying to like, hey, I have food, I have water, I'm a nurse, and basically they were working together through a Facebook group to help everybody. It was pretty.
Basically, hey, we're all stranded together here.
Yeah.
Just make a group and talk amongst ourselves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some people are like, I have cows, I have babies, I need diapers, I need food,
Yeah.
I need insulin for one lady. She said like they were trying to help each other. But it was so darn windy that they couldn't drop food or anything either.
Yeah, they couldn't get the helicopters in because it was too windy. So they couldn't even rescue the people. Yep, chaos. Yeah, we were largely unaffected directly by the storm, but indirectly we're going to be seeing a lot of the ramifications as far as food and groceries and fuel.
You can't help but feel like some of the communities are like, you feel for them because you
It's
know
like,
when people
we know, we drive through Merritt so often, we drive through Princeton so often.
Yeah.
We've seen all these houses that are now just gone, underwater.
It's like a community, but not a community. Like you just still feel for your community that you don't live in. Both Princeton and Merritt, I would say, are not poor, but you know that they're small communities. They're hardworking people that definitely take a lot longer for them to get it together again.
Yeah, a lot of the people that are wiped out are not wealthy people. A lot of trailer homes wiped out. Yeah. A lot of people were struggling already, and now they're wiped out. So hopefully they have flood insurance, right? If they don't,
Yeah.
What time did you say we had an appointment tomorrow morning? At 8?
8:30.
8:30, okay. So we're not in a rush to get up early in the mornings. If we can get almost all the way there, find a place to sleep an hour away or whatever, we're fine.
Yeah.
As long as we're within an hour of the customer, we'll be good.
We'll do some searching after we deliver and see.
Yeah, once we're headed back that way, we'll see. Once we know the exact address. I think I know it, but you never know, there might be different locations. Yeah, it's more snow over here. Plus 1 degree Celsius, but definitely more snow. Right at that line of where do I turn cruise control and engine brakes off. Still getting a lot of water off the road, so we're fine so far. And I know some people say never use cruise control on water, but this is a really heavy truck. I'm not going to be hydroplaning. In a car, yeah, 100% don't use cruise control on water. It's a truck. I decide, depending on how much water is on the road. Sometimes I'll use it, sometimes I won't. Case by case. Some raindrops. Love the little skiff of snow on the trees. You still have the reds and greens of the trees and then the white on them like that.
Yeah.
Kind of a magical feel. Definitely less snow here again. Not a lot of traffic up here.
Well, I kind of surprised it's been too, but
Yeah. Very low traffic. Usually there's a little more than this. Any big rig we see coming, any flatbed anyway, they're all empty. Everything is going empty the other way, so we'll be joining them and doing the same thing, going empty back. There's so much equipment coming into this area because of all the construction. The Kitimat, it's like an oil refinery or natural gas, something. Some big natural gas projects up here. There's a lot of equipment coming in. Not much coming out. That'll be years for that construction to be done. right there. Clouds kind of dividing them up. And 90 ahead, and then boom, 90. It's like, come on, you gotta give me more warning than that. The 80 is spread a little further, or it's a 60. So it's spread out a little further apart. Yeah, that's more like it. 60 ahead and then a 60 down there. Better not be cops sitting there trapping people by that. Gotta give someone a chance to slow down. Not even pretend to pronounce that name.
I don't know.
Kid, here, I'm going to protect Ryan. Kitsukigo? Kitsukigo? That's my guess. Kitsukigo.
I think you put an extra word in there.
Kitsukigo. Maybe Kitsukula? Yep, whatever. Either way, I'll get them all wrong anyway, so very, very wrong. Get hot. My vent is not letting cold air in. The truck does that sometimes, it's weird, a little glitch.
You're reaching that limit.
Let some warm air out. For some reason, every now and then, the vent that goes from cold to hot doesn't switch over. The only way to fix it is turn the engine off, turn it back on, and it resets. Yeah, it's a brand new truck, not even a year old. It's got weird little defects like that. That's something at Kenworth, every Kenworth I've driven has that weird glitch every now and then. It's a Kenworth problem. Beautiful river here. Oh, that truck had a little bit of a mini tiny load on the back, and he's like, yep, I'll take it. He's got a couple of aluminum bars going. Yeah, I'll take it. Yep, I'll take it. Only pays $200. I don't care. I'll take it. $200. I don't have to pay for fuel. This is beautiful winter wonderland here.
By the time I get my phone out.
Gorgeous. Good photos. There's some ponds here on the left hand side. Left. Your left, not my left. Both of our lefts. Okay.
Nice try. I know. I could have taken a photo of the moose earlier if I was ready, but I wasn't ready.
Yeah, the moose are never ready for a photo.
Yeah.
You see them when you least expect them.
I all sorts of a lot of wildlife, bears and everything.
I heard on the radio one guy was going, there's a lot of black bears in this area last time he came through. Somebody else just goes, oh, I hope they're all sleeping right now. I don't think we'll see any black bears today.
Who started yawning first?
I get to yawn. I think most of the time I'm yawning is ear popping thing without me even realizing it.
Yeah.
It's an unconscious thing I do. Where all of a sudden you lose a lot of altitude and the pressure inside your head is a lot higher than outside.
Sure, the word attitude doesn't work.
Huh?
The word attitude might work for that too.
Attitude?
You were saying altitude, but you almost said attitude.
So I say words wrong.
I was saying if your attitude is like hot-headed, never mind.
So if I'm too hot-headed, I gotta yawn.
Well, let's some steam out.
Let some steam out. What are you saying? Are we in a fight right now? Are we fighting?
No.
You just got here.
Exactly.
You can't be in a fight yet.
Exactly. I don't think you're that angry yet.
I am getting hungry.
And I'm hungry too.
Debating just grabbing another granola bar and just eating after we unload.
Probably gonna be the easiest way. I don't know how many more granola bars you have without opening another box, so.
Resume cruise control. Like, never mind, there's a bunch of corners. Yeah, we still have another hour and 15 minutes to the customer. Hour 20 minutes. Yeah, I don't know if I can wait that long to eat.
Do you have a snack?
Yeah. Well, if you throw burgers on, that takes over an hour to get ready anyway, so...
How quick are they to be unloaded?
Huh?
How quick will unloading be?
Unloading will be half an hour at least.
There's a container coming
Yeah,
back.
he's got an empty container going back. I know it's empty because there's only straps over the top and no chains. You're not allowed to have a loaded container with no chains on it. Beautiful. Yeah, like I said earlier, lots and lots of trees, but every now and then you got to peek out of the trees and see these beautiful mountains. +1 degree. Still shadowing that river.
So there's no way to show how beautiful that view is. The A-post or whatever you call that one.
A-post.
I don't know if that's A and B.
Yeah. A-post,
Yeah.
B-post.
Okay.
So A-post is just the first post.
Oh. That blocks a lot of the beautiful view.
Left and right A-post. B-post is the one behind your head, and C-post is the one on the rear window on a traditional car.
Okay, stop yawning.
Pickup truck or a big rig like this would have an A-post and a B-post.
He's a man load, but I don't know if he was local or not.
I didn't look at his load.
Yeah, that's in my truck in a container. Ship. Container.
An empty fuel truck. Oh, it might be loaded from the coast. Fuel truck coming. Anyway, oh, you know what? They might actually be sending fuel tankers up here and grabbing fuel from here to go down our way.
Just to get
Because
the
they can't come in
supply.
from Vancouver, right? Yeah. A couple of people over here. Where are those mountains? Well, here's the last place we could fuel up before Terrace. Yeah, that's not that far. How far till Terrace did I say? Hit the wrong button. Hour and 13 minutes, yeah, we'll be fine with fuel.
Compact snow. This is slippery, but compact snow water pooling.
Water pooling, so basically it's raining. It's a mix. If you get the higher elevation, you got compact snow. Buddy.
Yeah, he did that too.
Bit of a jack wagon there. Now you're not even up to the speed limit. Yeah. I would pass you right here, but the corner's coming up too fast. Yep, oncoming vehicle. Oh well. Very likely jack wagon's going to pull off here very soon. Usually they do. The really local vehicles pull out in front of you and then they turn off soon and drive below the speed limit. Hopefully. But we're up to our hour here, guys. So thank you guys for supporting me. Did you inhale that Tums?
No, I just have a frog mouth at the same time, but it's new to come.
Anyway, we are out of here. Thank you guys so much for supporting us. It means so much to us.
I wish I could come along more often.
Yeah, we all wish you could come along more often, right? Anyway, we're out of here. You guys rock.
Adios.
This video is brought to you in part by the letter C and these YouTube members. Cookie starts with C. What other things start with C? Oh, who cares what other things? C is for cookie, and that's good enough for me. Thanks for watching. Nom, 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 nom.
I don't care if he thinks we're honking at him.